All right, hey guys, this is Derek, Bugs on the Bayou guy. We're actually right here in Steve Osborn's little shop. We're taking today as an opportunity to talk about Bugs on the Bayou. We're going to talk about Steve's Volkswagen lifestyle and some of the things, how he got into Volkswagens. We're also going to talk about the upcoming show, about things we've added, new stuff that you guys need to know about. We're trying to improve the show and make it as good as possible for everybody. So if anybody doesn't know, this is Steve Osborn. Steve is my co-organizer for the show. He's the OG, the original founder of Bugs on the Bayou. And I wanted to take this opportunity for you guys to get to know him. So the biggest thing I wanted to find out first about Steve is how he got into Volkswagen. So Steve, if you could tell us kind of how you got into Volkswagens, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Back in probably 86 or 87, I was getting my driver's license, needed a car. And I was, without a doubt, going to buy this, I don't remember what year it was, but it was an Audi Fox.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember those cars.
From a coworker. I wanted it something fierce. My dad wanted to test drive with me, and it was overheating. He's like, no, you can't buy this. And I was heartbroken. So I'm just driving around. And I always kind of had an affinity for bugs. And there was this 73 Super Beetle on base housing for $1,200.
Yep.
Already had, I mean, it's like 14 years old, which isn't old back then. But it might as well have been 100 years old.
Right.
Rusted out floor pans.
Mm-hmm.
The fenders were already changed, the fiberglass with the flares.
Oh, yeah.
Spray painted. I mean, hunk of shit. But I loved it. Loved it. Spray painted it again. And I took this thing in Panama City, anywhere, any mud hole that any four-wheel drive would go.
I love it.
Got it
I love it.
I mean,
that's great.
Everybody knew me by my bug.
Yeah.
By the time been to my 20th class reunion, hey, you still into Volkswagens? I remember the bug, all the subwoofers in the back.
I love hearing those stories, because Volkswagens, you know this already, but people always have a story about them.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that got me hooked on them, is that no matter what, they've always got a story. I've not been into them as long as a lot of people like you have, but that makes me love them even more, because somebody always has a story. Like, if you go to a gas station or you go anywhere like that, somebody says, oh, hey, I had one of these back in high school just like you did. So, I think that's awesome. Well, when I met you, you had your split window bus at the time.
Yeah.
And you had the car club. That's the Kutzen Cruisers?
Kutzen Kreuzers.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody gets it wrong.
Yeah.
Kutzen Kreuzers, which translates into coastal cruisers.
Coastal Cruisers. Okay, yeah, I was wondering about that. So tell me about that, like the group itself. How did it come about? Who was some of the members? And
it started before I got into it with them. I think I joined in like 2010.
Okay.
I want to say it probably started in 08 to 09. Few members around here, and I had joined. I was building a 72 bug.
Okay.
And there was some help I needed, had some questions, and I just searched for local Volkswagen clubs, and Kusten Kreuzers was having a membership meeting or whatnot down in Miramar, or not Miramar Beach, but Okaloosa Island, and I just showed up. It was so uncomfortable too. There was, because this was like so must have been 1 year anniversary, so they probably started in 09, because they were electing a new president. Everybody knew each other. It seemed kind of formal.
Then this new guy shows up.
I'm just this new guy that popped down at the freaking table, paid my dues. That's I just showed up so I could pay dues, so I could be a part of this club.
No, they had a lot of split windows at that time, right?
They had no split. No, they had one.
Oh, one. Okay.
They had one.
Okay.
One of the members, Steve Perry, not from Journey.
Not these Steve
had
Perry.
the only one in the club, which that bus now is currently, it's been through a couple owners after him. Des.
Okay.
Destry Squares owns that.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the group know Destry.
Yeah. I think I was the second split window, and then it was a waterfall. Then everybody was getting split windows. Not that I created anything, but it just so happened that they became the in thing. And they were horribly priced. And
yeah, I remember actually when I first met you guys, there's a picture. It's probably floating around somewhere where it was the whole group, and it was like 8 or 10 split windows, and it was all from that one club. And I remember thinking, man, I can't believe they have that many splits in one club. And that was the early days of Bugs on the Bayou when I met you guys. So during that time period, some of those guys, I guess they had moved away, and people got stationed other places, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of dwindled out over time. Funny thing is too, one of the guys that used to hang out with us, he was kind of part of the club, kind of part not. And he would always be like, clubs usually last about 10 years, and then they shit the bed and fizzle out. And it was probably damn near 10 years to the day.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
COVID happened, people moved. we used to have the clubhouse where we hung out.
Oh, I remember the
with
clubhouse.
one of our members.
Yeah.
And so everybody had a place to go and meet up. And when that went away, it
right,
kind of
right.
went away.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And that was one of the things we used to come to with you guys was the Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
And it was at the clubhouse. And
Yeah,
it was a
it
big
was
turnout.
fantastic.
And it was a lot of fun. That was always a good one. I remember Holly and I one year had my rail. We came and it was in the 30 degrees. It was like 35 degrees. And we drove the rail from Pensacola.
Damn.
And we were bundled up in our snow gear. You could tell we were still Indiana people back then. And but that was a lot of good times. I know you guys had a lot of good times there.
Oh, it was amazing.
And
And we
then-
had a lift. We had toolboxes.
Right,
we had
yeah.
a parts room.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's
But
very cool.
Stuff changes.
Well, yeah, it does. And of course, now that people know about Bugs on the Bayou, that was really when I called you about Bugs on the Bayou. Some people know the story about it, but I've told this maybe on a couple of podcasts in the past about how when I hit you up, I was kind of like beating around the bush. You know, I was like, hey, what would you do if you brought it back? And, you know, all this. And then you finally were like, Derek, if you want to do Bugs on the Bayou, why don't you just say so?
Yeah, because I had no intention of bringing it back. I mean, it was
Right.
fun while it happened, but it was so much work.
It is a lot of work.
Everybody who helped with it, I feel like, and I'm not sure, but I feel like they felt they were obligated and were kind of held captive
Right.
to do it. And,
Yeah.
and you know as well as I do, it's kind of hard to enjoy the show when you're working the show.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, you're so
For
focused
us, not
on
as much because
working
we're,
it.
you know, shaking hands and kissing babies and whatnot. But,
Right.
But if you're sitting there selling T-shirts and raffle tickets and
Oh, yeah.
parking cars, you don't get to enjoy it. So I understood why people weren't as into it. And then COVID happened,
Yeah.
you know, and life happened here. I had a kid going to college, one getting married,
Right.
moving across the country.
No doubt.
You know, at the end of that one, and it was time for the next one, I knew I couldn't do it, and it was kind of a sense of relief that, okay, I
Yeah.
don't have to put all this time into it
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. I definitely understand that.
And now I don't. With you on board, those duties are definitely split.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff that I dislike the most is the shit you did.
Well, that's great.
You know, and
that
that's
works out good for
getting
both
all
of
the
us.
vendors, getting sponsors, and,
Yeah.
and that was to me was the hardest part because that's the people person part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the social
Planning
media.
the
and
social
all that, too.
media. For me, the behind the scenes planning and the money and coordinating.
Well, that works
the
out good
logistics
because
is
that's
what
the stuff
like.
I hate.
Right.
Is dealing with the money and all the logistics and stuff. And if you guys probably don't know this, but Steve's a note taker and I am not a note taker, so I constantly bombard him with all these ideas. Like this week, I think I texted him like 5 times. Like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, and he makes a note on it.
I'll add it
Where
to the
me,
list.
I'm just spitting out all this stuff at one time. So I think we have a very good balance, and that's one of the reasons that Bugs on the Bayou is working like it is. So this year, because of success and because of our rain situation last year, it kind of forced us into deciding that we were going to go to 3 days. So
Yeah.
we're going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows. Friday and Saturday will be events and camping, of course, and then Sunday will be the main show.
Yeah. Because we inadvertently had a 3-day show this year.
Yeah, we did, and
By no choice of our own,
Yeah.
but people stuck around on Saturday.
We
and
did.
It just seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like the right thing
Yeah,
to do.
and I mean, I think I've mentioned this to people before that all the what we think are the big boy shows, they're doing 3 days.
Yeah.
And they are camping focused, which is really in my main focus is the camping side of things. I really want to grow that side of it because of the venue. So
Right.
the ability to be able to do that makes 3 days is worth it. If you're going to travel, 8 hours away, then you go, oh, well, I don't mind doing that because I got 3 whole days to set up and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's going to be well worth it for all of
I
us.
think so. Absolutely. People love the camping part of it.
I'll show this off real quick as we get started on some of the show stuff. So this is the Bugs on the Bayou Sponsors Choice Award. I'm going around doing a few shows with this. Actually, coming up in about 2 weeks, we'll be at Tannehill Volks Jam. That's hosted, it's up in Alabama, hosted by Adam Simpson. And then I'm going to be going to the Sasquatch Valley show in Tennessee. That one's hosted by Long Restoration. So we're going to be giving these out, obviously, as promotion for our show, but to give recognition to cars that we see at these different shows. So we also will be at the Rare Air Show in Pensacola in October. That show is, I think, this year's 29 years that show's been going on. If you've never been to it, it's a really good show. I think they probably should do 250 cars this year. And we do a cruise on Friday night for that as well. So we have that. And then last but not least, we have BOTB Getaway, which is down near Tampa, Orlando area. They're going to be doing one of these trophies as well. That show is one that I personally never been to, but Robbie that runs that show has came up to the Panhandle and supported us, and has been a big part of us growing the last couple of years. So I wanted to be able to reciprocate and do the same thing. So guys, be looking for these sponsor choice awards, and of course I'll be showing this stuff through the social media and through the channel here too. And we look forward to giving those away to people. Steve, if you could give us a rundown on the schedule for the upcoming show, for our show, kind of what we're going to be doing, and I'll help you go down through that.
Yeah, so we basically open the gates at, what are we doing, 7 or 9 o'clock on Friday morning?
At 9 o'clock Friday
9
morning.
o'clock, we'll
Yep.
be up there by 7.
Yeah,
Open the gates, people start showing up, setting up camping and whatnot, and then in that evening I'm going to make an opportunity for people to check in,
Yeah, which would be great. Yeah.
do all the registration check-ins
Yeah,
and stuff.
that'll save
So
everybody
not
a
to
lot of
walk
hassle
up to
on
them on the
Saturday.
side. We could set up a little booth there right in the camping
Perfect.
area.
Yeah, that's
And,
great.
And also for Saturday, so people who are showing up Saturday for camping, so we can do all that right there on the campsite.
Yeah.
I don't know, do we have an event scheduled for Friday night?
Yeah, we
Is that
do.
the Third
Actually,
Planet
yeah,
one?
Friday night we're going to be doing the drive-in movie, which normally would be Saturday, but we're having other stuff on Saturday. So the drive-in movie is going to be right around dusk on that night. I thought that was a good night to do it because a lot of people are just getting off the road. Everybody's setting up and getting settled in. Instead of going somewhere that night to do something, we do stuff there on the property. So we have that. And then after the movie, we are going to do our Lantern Walk at 10:30.
Yeah.
So a little bit about the Lantern Walk Volkswagen community. A lot of people know about the Lantern Walks. They have done them at some other shows, and they tend to be somber and maybe in the memory of somebody or something along those lines. And ours is more like a New Orleans style Mardi Gras walk.
Yeah.
So we're loud and everybody's having cocktails and beer, and we play Mardi Gras music and we walk the grounds with the lanterns. So if you don't have a Coleman lantern, you need to get one. It's a lot of us are starting to collect them now because we all got into them last year. So that should be the ending basically for Friday night. We'll do the lantern walk, and then that'll set us up for Saturday.
And we're doing a cruise to Henderson Beach.
Yeah, we're going to do Destin, Florida, right up the road. It's beautiful. And we're going to cruise from there, from the grounds to Henderson Beach. And we're going to do photo opportunity. And also there at Henderson Beach, it's a state park. So there is an area if people want to bring stuff to sit up on the beach for a couple hours and actually do a beach hangout. We can definitely do that day. And then what's after that? Oh, the Third Planet Brewery is going to be hosting a daytime get-together, and that's going to be from 1 to 4 at the brewery. People are welcome to leave at the same time or whenever they want from the beach to go there, but there will be a caravan leaving about 12:30 from Henderson Beach to go to Third Planet Brewery.
Right. And then we have the live band Saturday night, which is groundbreaking because when we first started this show, it was explicitly lined out that you can't call it a festival and you cannot have live music because that's what the Mullet Fest is.
Yeah, and I was very disappointed about that when we first started the show.
We talked to the city manager and he was like, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We're redoing our lease with Eglin, and
I love it. He gave us the blessing. So we will have that from 7 to 9 on Saturday night. We're also going to have food trucks Saturday night. I've already lined up one for sure. It's going to be 3D Eats. They're Americana food, so burgers, cheesesteaks, that kind of stuff. And I believe we're also going to have Pensacola shakes and smoothies on Saturday night as well. So we might be adding some other stuff to that, but we wanted to make sure we did have food for that. The live band is going to be from 7 to 9. And then that night, of course, everybody will just hang around the grounds and kind of get in the mindset of getting ready for the show on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then what time are we going to start the show Sunday?
I think we have it down at 9.
9 o'clock. Okay.
That's what time we usually open it. But
Yeah.
chances are the majority of our people are already going to be there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
Yep.
I would imagine the gates will be open earlier than
Yeah.
that. And other people that were staying, who were camping, are going to be setting up all their stuff.
Yeah, and last year we had, like the Crestview group and some other people that were somewhat local that will only be coming for just Sunday.
Yeah, Panama City crew, those guys.
I anticipate probably 40 or 50 cars that'll come in on Sunday morning to join the festivities and come to the show. But the show itself this year, we've added a couple of things. One, we've added best campsite. As I said earlier, I'm camping focused. For anybody that doesn't know, I think I've told everybody in the world this, but our camping is free for vans, campers, tents, all that kind of stuff.
Anything but RVs.
Yeah, anything but an RV. And this year we are going to have a small fee for RVs. it'll be $25, but that gets you both nights, Friday and Saturday night, for $25, and you'll be able to actually purchase your RV slot online. We were doing those as first come, first serve, and it just kind of became an issue. So we figured the best option was to go ahead and...
Lola.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
popped in through the...
We now have our cat hanging out here. Hey, Lola. But it actually will end up being good for the camping side for the RVs, because you'll know exactly where your spot is. You just pull in, you'll have a numbered spot, and you can get your spot. So the camping, we're going to do the best camping award. That's going to be $100 to the person that wins that. And then we've also added some other, we've done cash prizes in the past. This year we're upping the ante, and we're going to do $500 to the People's Choice Award, and we're going to do $500 to the best car or best of show. We're also going to offer a best interior, best paint like we have in the past, and we'll also be doing furthest traveled. We're still determining what the dollar values will be on that, but there will definitely be something in the works for money on that stuff as well. And then we'll also be doing our Norfolk trophies. Hi, we're giving the cat some love. We do our tile trophies, which I showed earlier in the video. This is something that Bugs on the Bayou is known for, is the tile trophies. We do a bigger, larger one for some of the categories, and it will have our new logo that is in the works right now on here for this year. We do change our actual trophy logo every single year to change it up. Now that I'm thinking about that, you guys can see the shirt. This is the Bugs on the Bayou shirt from last year. Steve did an awesome job designing the shirt. I have seen this shirt on so many videos and podcasts, and I don't know that I've ever seen a show shirt get passed around on Facebook like this has. So, but we sold every single shirt, right? We didn't have any shirts left.
We didn't have any left.
First time we've ever sold every shirt. So we obviously did something right on that. So
yeah, well, I would say Steve designed it loosely,
yeah,
because it's blatantly stolen from Gas Monkey Garage. But I always liked that idea.
Yeah.
Gave that to the designer and said, "Here's what I want it to say."
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you and I agreed. We like the idea of a non-traditional Volkswagen shirt for a show, because normally you do get the small logo here and then the big thing on the back, and we wanted it to be like every year a really unique shirt. So actually, the shirt now, the one for this year, is being designed right now. It's close to a finished design. I absolutely love it.
Awesome.
And we're not going to show it to you guys yet, but we'll probably end up showing it sometime here before too long.
Rest assured, it's also a stolen idea.
Yeah.
but tweaked.
A tweaked stolen idea.
It's awesome. It's great.
So that's going to be exciting. So the shirts are good. And, we're 8 months out from the show, which is hard to believe. I feel like we just did the show yesterday. But the time goes by really super fast. So we're obviously doing as much as we can to be prepared so that when the show time comes, it's awesome for you guys, and it's obviously easier for Steve and I to make things go smoothly. So, Bugs on the Bayou 11, guys, it's going to be here before we know it. I really appreciate y'all tuning in to the channel, Bugs on the Bayou guy on YouTube. Don't forget Pensacola VW Happenings and Bugs on the Bayou. And don't forget to check out our website, bugsonthebayou.com.
All the information's out there.
Yeah.
Any updates are going to be on the updates page. I mean, that's the go-to place. There's links to the registration for camping and registering your vehicle. So anything you need to know will be on that webpage.
That's right, exactly. And we will actually be doing the registration. We'll be opening soon. I would think in the next couple of weeks, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you guys can go ahead and get registered and get started. We'll be giving out this year 150 goodie bags, just like we have in the past. And anybody that knows about our goodie bags, they're very unique. We do some stuff in there that you just don't see at other shows. So the goodie bags will be the first 150 people to register.
And another thing I forgot, but in the goodie bag is going to be the voting ballot, where in the past, the voting ballot was, we just tallied them up, and the highest voted car was People's Choice. Now, all your votes are going to dictate all top 20 and People's Choice. So you'll vote for your 3 favorite.
Yep, top 3.
Any order, and then we'll tally all that up, and that's that way. It's not just Derek and I picking what we like and our favorites. Everything's going to be determined by you guys.
Yeah. Which I think is a great idea myself. And
absolutely,
the Volkswagen community, it's for the people. This show specifically, we do that for you guys. We obviously do it because we enjoy it, but we're not a profit show. We're not out here trying to make money at it. We're out here to pay for it, have a little left over to help us for next year, and make sure that everybody has a great time. So we want to do that with the awards as well, where we feel like it's really up to you guys who the best cars are, the top 20 and all the other
Absolutely.
prizes. So, but that being said, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon. I appreciate it a
Appreciate
lot.
it, guys.
Derek and Steve, thanks.